Hi there, I'm Nancy Herring from Now We're Cooking. It's Tuesday, so it's time for tips, tricks, and treats. And you all know that I love a good charcuterie board, and it's fun to put one together, but sometimes it can be a little time consuming and a little expensive, and maybe you want something different. So I was thinking about old-timey appetizers, and there's just so many things out there, and I was thinking things like deviled eggs and dates wrapped with bacon and all those things. But what I came up with were two things. One is a sausage dip, so it's not quite queso, but it's a sausage dip, and the other is a cheese ball. So it's going to be short and sweet because some of this I had to do earlier and some of it we're going to do in front of you. So the sausage dip, it's just called 4-ingredient dip because it's breakfast sausage, you know, the 1-pound logs like Jimmie Dean that you get at the grocery store, cream cheese, and either Rotel tomatoes, which are a tomato green chili product, or a cup of salsa. And Rotel, all these things remind me of Southern things. My mom had lots of Southern Junior League cookbooks, and these are the kind of recipes that were in lots of them. But you can get them done early, they're easy ingredients, and your guests will just eat them like nobody's business. So what I've already done is ground off the pound of the breakfast sausage. This comes in various flavors. There's sage, there's maple, there's extra hot. So just decide what you think the best flavor is. It didn't create very much grease, so I don't really need to drain it, but I am going to take my paper towel and wipe out what I can from the pan, because, you know, the less grease, the better. So I'm just gonna take this and wipe a little bit. There's not enough grease to drain, if you will, but you can see my paper towel has grease on it. My burner's on pretty low. What I'm going to do now, I drained off some of the liquid from the tomatoes, and Rotel tomatoes are another thing that comes in. This is original. You can get mild, you can get hot, and if you have a salsa that you love and adore, use that as well. Block of cream cheese, and all I've done, it's been sitting out a little bit, so it's kind of runny, but all I did was take it and cube it a little bit. And all I want to do is let the cream cheese melt. So that's why you want to break it up a little bit, and it had a mind of its own. So I'm just going to let this do its thing, and hopefully that cream cheese is going to break down and we'll have a creamy dip. There are a million things you can do with cream cheese to go with this retro theme. You can put chili jelly over cream cheese, put sweet hots over cream cheese. Any of those are really classic ideas. And I think because cream cheese blends so well with things, that's why people love to. It's a little bland on its own, but if you put something, especially in our world, something spicy with it, then it's just deliciousness. And again, heat-wise, if you want to use a salsa or something like that instead of Rotel. So and then what I'm going to do when it's all blended and the cream cheese is melted is put it in a bowl on like a chip and dip, and I'm going to use chips and put chips around it. So if we were, as my mom says, down south, this would probably be a real spicy thing, even though we probably won't think it's too spicy because we live in New Mexico, but that's okay. So it's just gonna let it do its thing. The other thing, and I'm really gonna talk you through it, I have read 5 or 6 articles about Rosalynn Carter's cheese ring. And I had somebody ask me, who's Rosalynn Carter? And I thought, well, that means I'm older. She was Jimmy Carter's wife, and this was a appetizer that she was very famous for. And it's a cheese ball, but not a cheese ball. It's sharp cheddar cheese grated. It's an onion grated. It's mayonnaise. It's finely chopped nuts. I used walnuts, but we toasted them in the skillet first, so they had a little bit more flavor. And you take all those things, the grated onion, the grated cheese, the mayonnaise, and the nuts, and you mix them all up. I ended up doing it in my mixer because it blended a lot better. And then for the spice, cayenne pepper and some black pepper. Turns out our onion was a little bit strong, so mine is very on the oniony side, so be careful what kind of onion you use. And you put it in a mold. Well, this was half of a recipe. And I had this old ring mold. If I was doing it for company, I would use one of the pretty bundt pans that we have. But what we did in order, I'm always leery of something coming out of a mold like this or not coming out. So what we did is we lined the mold with plastic wrap. So cross your fingers that when I put it on the platter and flip it over, I heard it come out. And then it's a little bit flat because, as I say, this was half of a portion. And if you don't like the way it looks, this was a plain mold, so no design on it. If you used one of the bundt pans, you would have some design on it. But if you don't like the way it looks, then you just push it all together, smooth it down. And the piece de resistance to this is, of all things, strawberry preserves in the middle. So it gives you that sweet and a little bit of spicy. This is just strawberry preserves that we sell. You could put it in a bowl in the middle. I would like to just put it in the middle. If you wanted, you could sprinkle some cilantro or something on top of it. I'm gonna get that little piece of red over there. And then, in the interest of retroness, I'm going to use Ritz crackers because they're about as retro crackers as I can think of. So I'm going to take Ritz crackers and just put them around our mold. And if you have little kids, get them to line them up just perfectly. I remember my mom having me line up things like that so that they made a little, and do them on both sides because this is an oval platter as opposed to a round one. So you just put them around, and to serve it, I put out spreaders to show you, but I didn't get out any to use. So put it on your buffet table, if you will. But I also get to taste it because I tasted it beforehand without the jelly, and it was darn tasty. The jelly is quite nice. It really adds a little zip to it, even though it's sweet. So that's the cheese ring. Now, if you'll notice, the cream cheese is pretty much blended. And I want to taste and see if I need to add anything like salt and pepper. I don't think I do. I'm going to be sure the cream cheese is all melted and the sausage is incorporated. Turn my burner down a little bit. And that looks pretty well put together. Take one of my spoons here that I have not used and get a little bit of everybody. That's nice. The cream cheese offsets some of the spicy of the sausage and the Rotel. So what I'm going to do with this, if I had a large gathering, I might put it in a crock pot on low, but we're pretending this is a small gathering. So I put it in my bowl, put it in the middle of my platter. Missed a few ones here. Take my chips, put them around. So it'd be a surprise if someone's expecting regular queso, because it is technically a form of queso, but it's not. So, and then to make it a little more colorful, I'm going to take green onions and just sprinkle them on the top. So there you've got two on the old-fashioned side hors d'oeuvres that are quick, they're easy, they're different. I mean, our moms might have known those, but most of us probably don't. So it gives you something different if you're having a party, and it lets you enjoy the party along with your guests. So I'm gonna have some with a chip. Make sure that I like it as much as I think I do. Come on, chip. You can put a spoon in there or just let people dig. That is good. Let me put out some of the various bundt pans because there is a 6-cup bundt pan, and if you do a full recipe of the cheese ball, or you do a 6-cup, these are 3-cup. There's a duet and a single. But if you had a large table that you're putting stuff, this would give you the capability of putting 2 out, 1 at either end, and then letting it go a little bit further. So those are some ideas, kind of retro appetizer. Think about hard-boiled eggs, think about things like that. Put them together and let your friends enjoy them. It's warm outside still, it's fun to have a party, so these are some things. Now We're Cooking is open from Monday through Saturday from 11 to 4. We're at the northeast corner of Paseo del Norte in Wyoming. We'd love to help you out with your kitchen items and with your cooking questions. We thank you for watching, and we look to see you again. Bye now.